Hi, this is Ming, the injury guru. I am the author of the book, The Permanent Pain Cure, and I'm a soft tissue physical therapist here in New York City. Today, I want to talk about, is it really carpal tunnel syndrome? I've been in this business for over 2 decades of doing soft tissue work, and I've yet to see a true carpal tunnel syndrome to date. I've seen something that was close, but I haven't really seen what a true carpal tunnel injury, the way it is described in the medical textbooks. Technically, carpal tunnel syndrome is the blockage of the median nerve where it causes numbness and tingling in these 3 fingers, the thumb, the first finger, and then the middle finger. And the blockage is alleged to be at the carpal tunnel. And the surgery usually involves cutting this ligament called the transverse carpal ligament. And I don't really understand the logic behind doing it that way, but a lot of times that is the preferred choice to cure or treat carpal tunnel syndrome. I propose a different thesis. And what I propose is it's not carpal tunnel syndrome per se. There is a possibility that you can have a blockage right in the carpal tunnel, but it's more likely that you have blockages in about 6 or 7 other places that can give rise to carpal tunnel symptoms. And they are, you can have a blockage on the back of your neck, right around C5, C6, C7, and T1. Or you can have a blockage somewhere on the side of your neck. This area is called the scalenes, the anterior and the middle scalenes. Or this region here, called the thoracic outlet, which is right below the clavicle, right by the first rib. And if you get an impingement there, you can have tingling in the hand, as well as the other 2 sites that I mentioned. And you can also have it somewhere down in the armpit, as well as somewhere in the forearm. This spot right here, I'll turn around. This part of the middle part of the forearm, the upper third of it, is a muscle called the pronator teres. And the pronator teres actually has the median nerve pierces right through there. So if you have a very tight pronator teres, you can have impingement of the median nerve, which can cause numbness and tingling and weakness in these 3 fingers. It can cause many other problems too. And then the actual carpal tunnel itself, which I've seen very rarely, that was the actual problem. So the question is it wise to do carpal tunnel surgery where you cut this transverse carpal ligament as a cure for carpal tunnel? I have a different way of looking at it. I'm a soft tissue therapist. So what I do is I do manual therapy and I do myofascial release of all of those areas that I mentioned. And I systematically go one step to the next, to the next, to the next, and try to eliminate all of the potential blockages. If you eliminate all the potential blockage sites, you theoretically can cure this carpal tunnel syndrome, which is technically not even carpal tunnel syndrome because it's the entire pathway of the nerve. Call it what you want, but if it's purely carpal tunnel syndrome, the restriction will only be here and you would get the symptoms in these 3 digits. But oftentimes you would have a person with a tight neck, they have tight pecs, the armpits are tight, and they have really tight forearms, as well as tight wrists and fingers. So just to say carpal tunnel is just not accurate. I've never quite seen it in my career as a soft tissue therapist where an injury is a legitimate carpal tunnel injury. So next time you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, I think you should consider using soft tissue work, the stuff that myofascial therapists do, to release all those key areas before you even consider doing surgery. Because I don't think it really logically makes sense to cut an area that could be so minimally involved. It is possible that you can have a restriction right at the carpal tunnel, but it's more likely that it's the other 6 or 7 sites that I just mentioned. So the next time you have a legitimate problem where your hands are numb, go seek a good soft tissue myofascial specialist and release those areas that I just had mentioned. And usually if you have a really good therapist, you can resolve this within 2, 3, 4 sessions and just get the thing cured without taking any medications or even considering doing surgery. So next time you have this, give it a try, and leave comments below. If you like what I've said today on this post, please subscribe, or you can contact me at mingmethod.com. This is Ming Chu, the injury guru. Take care of yourself, take care of those hands, and there are things that we can do to prevent carpal tunnel syndrome, which I will post in a later time. Take care. Good luck.